I'm going to teach you how to improve your credit score by not getting anything deleted, but just by learning when each credit card you have reports to the credit bureau. Credit card companies report once a month whatever your balance is on that day of the month, and that is perceived by your credit bureaus to say, hey, snapshot in time, the balance on this card as a percentage of the limit on the card is X percentage, and that affects your credit score. Because what people have to understand is the higher the utilization on that credit card, the more damage it does to somebody's score. For an example, on a Visa card, we're gonna look over here, for example, on the way it reports on a credit report, is this Visa card has a $5,000 balance on a $10,000 limit, which represents 50% utilization. I've used 50% of my availability. Look on my Discover card and I'm gonna see a $6,000 balance on a $6,100 limit, which represents almost 99% utilization. Now, I'm gonna get my credit report in the mail and be like, what are you talking about? I pay off my Visa card and I pay off my Discover card every single month in full when it's due. I did not have those balances on my due dates. You're right, you didn't have those balances on your due dates. But what you didn't know is the date that the credit bureaus suck all the information for your Visa card, for that particular card. It wasn't on your due date. It was on a random day in that month. So in this case, on this Visa card, Visa gets all the information for this type of Visa card getting pulled on the 15th. So whatever your balance is on the 15th of the month is getting what's reported to your credit bureaus. So on the 1st of the month, my Visa card balance has $0. On the 10th of the month, I go and I buy some computers for my business from Best Buy and I charge up $5,000. Okay. Now on the 15th of the month, unbeknownst to me, Visa is sending what my balance is to the credit bureaus for them to report what my balance is on that particular card on the 15th of the month. I don't know that though. Now on the 20th of the month, way before my due date on the 25th of the month, I'm paying off my card in its entirety. I'm sending a check in for $5,000, pay off my Visa card. Now my Visa card has no balance. So on the 25th, the due date, it shows a $0 balance. So in my mind, I'm thinking, sweet, gets reported to the credit bureaus on the due date, no balance on my credit card, no big deal. Then on the 30th of the month, I charge $1,000. So I have a $1,000 balance going over into the next month. Well, what I didn't realize and what I didn't know is that my Visa card was sending what my balance was to the credit bureaus on the 15th of the month. So I did have a $5,000 balance on my $10,000 card. My credit score, let's say on the 1st of the month, was a 725 credit score. Well, on the 10th of the month, or on the 15th of the month, excuse me, my credit score dropped down to a 682. Why? Because like most people, you have more than one credit card and each credit card is reporting at a different time. So what had happened was my Discover card, which on the 1st of the month, I charged a $6,000 balance and my due date isn't until the 30th and I paid off my card in its entirety way before the due date. I'm thinking that card is paid off, but no, what happened was I charged $6,000 for some advertising on the 1st of the month. And then on the 10th of the month, unbeknownst to me again, Discover reports what my balance was to the credit bureaus. So my $6,100 credit card got reported having a $6,000 balance. So on the 10th of the month, my credit score that started out as a 725. On the 10th of the month when they reported, my credit score dropped because my utilization was super high on this credit cards. It looks like I'm trying to live my life beyond my means, and my credit score dropped to a 701. Then on the 15th of the month, I go ahead and I charge another $3,000 on my Discover card. So in my mind, I'm like, oh shoot, you know what? I charge more than my limit on my card. I better pay that off. Paid it off in full, paid it off full $9,000, gives me a $0 balance on that card. My due date of the 30th, I've had a $0 balance since the 20th. In my mind, I'm thinking the end of the month, when it just so happened when my Discover card was balanced due, I have nothing there. When the due date of my Visa card was there, I had nothing there. I pay off my credit cards every month. I'm super financially responsible. That's what I'm thinking. But the problem is that's not what is happening on my credit report. Your credit card companies only report once a month. So, Brian, how do I fix this problem? How do I make sure that my credit card companies are sending the information when my credit card is $0, or better yet, how do I pay so that when they report, they show a zero balance and my credit score stays at that 725. It doesn't ding because my utilization isn't going up on my credit cards. How you do this is you take your credit card for each one of these ones on my Visa card. I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna call the number on the back of it. I'm gonna ask and say, hey, when do you report to the credit bureaus every month for this particular card? And they're gonna say, you know what? We typically send our information every single month on the 15th of every month for that particular, whatever, Chase, and we'll call it Chase Visa Business Inc. card. Awesome. So what do I think in my mind? All right, awesome. Well, I need to set up my payment so that on the 10th of every month, I pay off the entire balance of my credit card so that when it reports on the 15th of the month, it's reporting at the lowest held balance for that month. So if I would have made that $5,000 charge, what I should have done immediately, if I would have known, is set up an auto payment that is on the 11th of the month, so it posts in time to report on the 15th. So the 11th of the month, I will have an automatic payment plan be set up. It says pay my full balance on the 11th of every month to zero. And then what happens is when they report it on the 15th, it's showing zero balance. And then I'll do the same thing with Discover. So now, instead of my credit score dropping when these cards report, in my mind, I'm thinking they shouldn't be reporting a balance because I pay it off every month. Now, those are gonna go away because when they report, what do you know? I will have made that payment and paid off that $6,000 on the 6th of every month. And I will have made that payment, even though I charged on the 10th, on the 11th every month, I'm gonna have that. And what do you know? When this goes ahead and reports, it's reporting a zero balance. When this one goes ahead and reports, it's reporting a zero balance, and my credit score is not being affected. And now that's how you learn how to properly and effectively maximize your credit score and increase it. Turn those credit cards over, call those credit card companies, and not all Visa cards report on the same day. It's per type of card. Hey, when you report this to the credit bureaus every month, set up your automatic payment plan to make sure that card is fully paid off in its balance a couple days before that report, and you will watch your credit score not only just increase if you have these utilizations of typically over 20% or 30% of the card, but you'll also watch your credit score stay there. So you guys are welcome.